funny thing about this devotion is it's about stepping out of your comfort zone. Brother Don, for years, I remember every year he would do a devotion and he would read a poem called A Calf Path. And I'm going to do that this morning, and then I've got a verse that'll go on with it. A Calf Path by Sam Walter Foss. One day through the primeval wood, a calf walked home, as good calves should, but made a trail all bent askew, a crooked trail, as all calves do. Since then 200 years have fled, and I infer the calf is dead. But still he left behind his trail, and thereby hangs my moral tale. The trail was taken up next day by a lone dog that passed that way, and then a wise bellwether sheep pursued the trail o'er vale and steep, and drew the flock behind him too, as good bellwethers always do. And from that day o'er hill and glade, through those old wood path was made, and many men wound in and out, and dodged and turned and bent about, and uttered words of righteous wrath, because 'twas such a crooked path. But still they followed, do not laugh, the first migrations of that calf, and through this winding wood way stalked, because he wobbled when he walked. The forest path became a lane that bent and turned again. This crooked lane became a road, where many a poor horse with his load toiled on beneath the burning sun, and traveled some 3 miles in one. And thus a century and a half they trod the footsteps of that calf. The years passed on in swiftness fleet. The road became a village street, and this, before men were aware, a city's crowded thoroughfare. And soon the central street was this of a renowned metropolis, and men 2 centuries and a half trod in the footsteps of that calf. Each day 100,000 rout followed the zigzag calf about, and o'er his crooked journey went the traffic of a continent. 100,000 men were led by one calf near 3 centuries dead. They followed still his crooked way, and lost 100 years a day, for thus such reverence is lent to well-established precedent. A moral lesson this might teach, were I ordained and called to preach. For men are prone to go it blind, along the calf paths of the mind, and work away from sun to sun, to do what other men have done. They follow in the beaten track, and out and in and forth and back, and still their devious course pursue, to keep the path that others do. But how the wise old wood gods laugh, who saw the first primeval calf. Ah, many things this tale might preach, but I'm not ordained to preach. Again, what I take away from this is that we all get stuck in our comfort zones. You know, we do things because that's the way they've always been done, or our mothers did that, or our dads did that, or you know, we just follow in that path. But as Christians, we're called to step outside of our comfort zone. And the Lord's equipped us with His Word. So the verse that I want to close with is one of the first ones we learn when we're a new Christian. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And I have asked Rob Gardner to take prayer requests this morning.